analytics and tracking, having visibility into what's going on your store. It's so important. Now, you might be feeling at this point like, wow, there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. And it's true, there are a lot of things that go into building your platform and your core store architecture the proper way. But the beauty of it is that it's set it and forget it. You set it all up once and then you don't really have to worry about it again. And hey, if I can do this, you can do this. Trust me, it's actually not that complicated. Now, when we look at analytics and tracking, we look at having visibility into what happened on our store. How long were people staying? What was our conversion rate? Where did people go? There's really only one solution for that, and it's Google Analytics. They are by far the best data analytics and reporting suite available for e-commerce. There's just no competitors. There's other options, there's some other ones like Kissmetrics and stuff like that, but there really is no competitor to Google Analytics. Their system is so good. So I want to give you some reminders and some ideas for things that you want to look at for your e-commerce tracking. The first is that you want to use enhanced e-commerce tracking. And it's really a one-click integration with Shopify and Google Analytics and with most platforms in Google Analytics. And it allows you to track how much revenue you're making, what your e-commerce conversion rate is, what happened with each individual order, what your average order value was, how specific products are selling. You can really see all the data that you need in order to have an insight into how your store is performing. And it's just kind of a one-click setup and then all that data just flows in there. Another thing that you want to remember is to build goals and funnels. Google Analytics has this thing called goals, and also each goal can have a funnel attached to it. So you can see how many people came to your store page, then went to your product page, then went to your shopping cart, then started their checkout, then finished a sale. And you can see where you're losing people, and then you can optimize these pages so that they perform better. So every system out there, Shopify especially, has documentation on how to set this up for their particular system. But it's very important that you build goals and funnels so that you can view the process of e-commerce, because the process of e-commerce is all about flow. It's about getting people to say yes at every step, to say yes to consuming the product information, yes to clicking the add to cart button, yes to entering their details on the checkout page. So at each step, we're looking to get a yes, and that's what our whole store is designed around, is moving people through that flow. So we want to be tracking that. And finally, I love to track website search. Again, this is a very easy one-click integration, but it allows us to see the search terms that people are putting into our store. Like, for example, a lot of people on one of my stores are searching for foundation. 600 searches in this 14-day period. $2,000 from the people who searched for that particular term. Probably tells me I need to get a foundation product because I don't have one. How much revenue came from each of those customers, what the conversion rate was. And you can see going down like, for example, one of the beautiful things I love to use this for is new product ideas. People are searching for sunscreen. They're searching for under eye, which means maybe I need to include content about under the eye. They're searching for animals. Are we friendly to animals? So it gives you a lot of data when you're tracking the website search, as well as shows you what people are looking for and what's the most valuable search terms that you should be optimizing for, as well as creating products around. Very, very important to track your website search on your e-commerce store. And the other thing that I think is very important when it comes to analytics and tracking is to use the Google URL Builder tool, which appends UTM codes to your links. So for example, when you are sending people to your website, so you're sending people to your e-commerce store from email, you're sending them there from social media websites, you're sending them there from blogs, you're having other people send people to your website from like maybe a review blog or something like that. Anytime people are going to your website, you have what's called a UTM code in the link, which allows Google to track where those people came from. So for example, you can see here that from my post-purchase email flow, I had 60,000 visitors this month and $62,000 in revenue from people who had already bought. From my welcome flow, which is pre-purchase, the pre-purchase email flow, I had 34,000 visitors, much higher conversion rate, $215,000 in revenue. From my all subscribers emails, these are my broadcast emails to my email list, I had $200,000 in revenue. From Instagram, I had 8,000. From my home link on Instagram, this is Instagram advertising, but from my home link just on my profile, so every single place that I link back to my store, from PDFs, actually digitalmarketer.com, people are coming to my website, from my holiday sale, my Facebook fans, from Westchester Magazine, which is a magazine that did a profile about me, I had them use UTM codes in that link so that I can track in my analytics the value of all of my traffic sources. It's very important because we'll be able to find out, man, people who come from my PDF convert really, really well. You know, they're fantastic people I should do more in the realm of PDF. Or people who come from Instagram, they're not doing so well. Maybe I want to focus more on Facebook. So when you use these UTM codes and you track everyone who's coming to your website from every source, you can see the value of it, because this is UTM codes combined with enhanced e-commerce analytics. So it's very important that you have this level of visibility into what's happening on your store so that you can make marketing decisions based on this data.